Hi everyone, it's Trish from Imagini here in Sydney, and today I am going to show you how I edit one of these photos. And the one I'll be working on is this one, which is of my daughter Victoria. I took these in my home studio using speed lights, double diffused with a Fong diffuser, and then an 80cm single diffused umbrella. Single light and bounced off a white wall, and then I also had my big window in the back, and this is one of the photos that I took. So looking at this, I'm going to actually drop the highlights. Sorry, it's like 10:11 at night. My head's all over the place. All right, so we've got a bit of dark blobness. I'm just not going to speak English today. So I'm going to up the shadows, reduce a little bit more, or maybe drop the mid-tones a little bit. There we go. Okay, and I'm happy with that. White balance I'm happy with. Otherwise, I just go to my white balance tool, and then I might drop the vibrance a little bit. Play around with the white balance. Drop the highlights a little bit more. And I'm happy with that. So I open and go into Photoshop. So the first thing I do with Photoshop is run my frequency separation action. Okay, I turn off my skin texture layer and have a look at the skin tones. So I want to smooth out those skin tones. So I go to my skin tone blend mask, brush at 60% opacity, white brush, and just going to paint it on to smooth things out. Okay, the great thing about this particular action, as well as the skin tone blend layer, is if you want to tone down those shadows, you can. But I like the dark shadows, so I'm not going to. Alright, so smooth that out, have a look at the hands. Before and after. Before and after. Okay. Turn back the skin tones, before and after. So they're nice and smooth now. Okay, now we're going to address those little black spots under the eyes. We go to our powder skin layer, eye for eyedropper, select an area, B for brush at 30% opacity. Stop that. 30. Okay, and then on the skin powder layer, paint it on. Do the other side. And we have the before and after. Okay. J for patch tool on the skin texture layer. Let's clean up a little bit. Okay, I'm happy with that. Okay, and then the next thing I can do is smooth out the skin texture a little bit. So on the skin texture mask, brush at 30%, black brush, paint off. It just smooths out the skin a little bit without losing all the texture. Alright, so we have the before and the after. Still got natural skin textures, and voila. So the next thing I will do is a bit of burn. So add a curves layer, drop the curve, and then G for bucket, black bucket. Okay, and then with a 30% brush, white brush, you can do a little bit of burn. Around the eyes a little bit. Oops. Like I said, it's a bit late at night at the moment. Number 2, 3. And there we have it. Okay. Might do a bit of dodge. So I select all the layers, duplicate them, then merge them, hit O, 9% exposure, brighten up the eyes, the mouth, your nose, the hair, and the before and after. Okay, and then I go to my alien skin. And I like using the Fuji Pro 800Z at 60% opacity. Apply. And done. And then what we can do is Control J to duplicate the layer, and then go back into our Camera Raw filter, open up some of the shadows, maybe drop a little bit of the vibrance, a little bit of the highlights, and I think they're done. What I also like to do is I like using Sean Archer's Portrait Suite 3, and I will run the finishing set. And this has a few funky effects. So it's got a shadow wash, which is like a matte finish to your photo. I usually run that at 30%. The painterly effect. And I like how it sharpens as well. So just the eyes, 100% opacity. And drop it to 30%. Voila. Okay, with the Sean Archer actions, you've also got split toning, vignetting, textures, face lighting, all those. With this one, I don't use it simply because I'm happy with my backdrop. This is my hand-painted backdrop by Connie from Sideshow Backdrops. So why would I want to add a texture to a beautifully hand-painted canvas backdrop? And I'm pretty happy with that. I don't want to add anything else to it. So that's it. We're done. We'll see you in the next video.